I love that song. The house of the soul's belonging. I don't know how many of you have a wound, maybe from childhood, that says, I don't quite belong. I don't belong here. I don't belong in this family. I don't belong in this school. I don't belong in this church. I don't belong in whatever. And to come home to the place where you absolutely know that you belong to your own soul, which means to belong to God. Yeah, lovely. I say yes to that. Saying yes is the title of my talk today. So one of the things I've noticed in these past couple of months as I am in the process of grieving my late husband, it's the first time I said that phrase. I'm trying to say yes to a lot of things that over the past few years, as he got sicker and sicker, I had to say no to. Needed to say no to, and it was right, and it was good at the time, but no can become a habit. No can become, I just stay at home, that's what I do. And so going out and hearing live music, I'm trying to say yes to that. Going out and seeing a play, which I used to do all the time, saying yes to that. Going to Pennsylvania to see my granddaughter graduate from law school, I said yes to that. Even though I had to set my alarm for 2 a.m. and take an Uber at 3 to get there. So beginning to say yes. And I've just kind of been telling people that when they ask me, I don't know if you're up to this. And I've said no to some things too that it's like, I'm not ready for that yet. Not ready for that yet. So I'm discerning, right? Yes is not the only thing you can say, but to become more aware of the ways that we say no by habit, or the ways that we say no because we're in fear, or the ways that we say no simply because we're not paying attention and we didn't even hear the question, right? And to talk about saying yes, because if you want to transform, which is what we say we're here for, the individual transformation, the transformation of this world into everyone knowing that they are that one love, that we are that one love, you have to give consent. No one will transform you without your permission. You can know that completely and fully. You will not be zapped and suddenly, I'm transformed. You have to say yes. Yeah, you have to say yes. And no one else can do it for you. No guru can do it for you. No minister can do it for you. No church can do it for you. Only you can say yes to that. And yes is a good thing. And it requires some courage a good deal of the time. But take heart. Courage just means with heart. Okay? So give it your heart and find yourself saying yes. Yes to God. Yes to the activity, as Father Thomas Keating said, God's action within. Yes to the activity of God within you. I promise you that prompt that says open, expand, that is God prompting within you. And the prompt that says no, close down, that would not be the God within you, I would say, talking usually. So that expansiveness, that feeling of expansiveness is saying yes to God. So it's yes to God and it's yes to self. Because if you don't give yourself permission, you will never do whatever it is. And we can say, I really want that. Have you known people or known yourself to say, I really, really want that, but you don't ever give yourself permission to actually go after it or to do what's necessary to get there. So giving yourself permission is to open to a larger life. And it's not about going out and doing stuff as much as it is about yielding and allowing to the yes of God that's already living within you. You don't have to go somewhere and find it. Yes, it's here. And permission, if you break it down into the Latin, means the per means through or forward. And a mission is like a missive. It's something that's sent out or released. So we're releasing, we are putting forward the thing that we want to send out and release. So Permission is not about, oh, I'm going to dig up something that I have to, what is my mission? I have a mission here. What am I going to do per my mission? Your mission is, I would dare say, probably your heart's deepest desire, right? Not some onerous thing. I have a friend that used to say, I was afraid to pray for God's will. She was a doctor. She said, I was afraid to ever pray for God's will because I thought I'd have to go to Africa and doctor over there. And then she realized, no, that's God's will for some people, but if that was God's will for me, there would be something in me that felt that that was mine to do. Yeah, we don't have to be afraid that we're going to have to lead somebody else's life. When we say yes to the activity of God within us, when we give ourselves permission, when we follow our mission, what we end up doing is following the deepest, most true part of ourselves, I believe. It took me a long time to say yes to ministry. Now, I was in music ministry, and I said yes pretty early on to, yeah, this is a ministry. I own it. That's what I'm doing here. I'm helping heal people. I'm supporting people in their healing. I'm supporting people in their spiritual growth. I knew that about myself. But to say yes to standing up in front of you and talking and being the one that holds the final responsibility for all the stuff that's going on, I was like, no, not me. It took me about 3.5 years of asking myself the question, do you want to do this? And asking other people the question, do you think I should do this? Until I went, well, duh. Why would you keep asking the question if you didn't already know the answer? And that's what I was told, actually, by my prayer partner, Michael Gott. Many of you know him. I asked him, because he had gone from music minister to minister. He had gone through that transition, and so I was like, that's the path I want to follow. So I called him. I didn't know him well at the time. I knew him, but I didn't know him well, and said, would you have lunch with me? And I said, I'm really interested in hearing about your path, getting from music minister to minister. And I listened to him, and I said, this is a path that I'm really, really considering, and would you mentor me as I figure out whether I want to be a minister? And he said, no, I will not. But I will be your prayer partner while you become a minister. And he's been my prayer partner for almost 15 years since then. So he recognized it was already in me. I didn't have the courage to speak it aloud yet, but he recognized it was already in me. So often what our mission is what we're most eager to do, and we're waiting for permission to carry out our mission. It makes me think of my dog, Izzy. I make her sit before she's allowed to go through the door. And she sits like this. And then I finally give her permission, and she goes off like a shot, right? She is most eager to go through that door. That is her mission. But she's waiting for permission, right? Well, no one else can give you permission. Only you can. Only you can say yes. And to risk is the only way to ever find out whether you can do whatever it is that you feel called to do. You cannot do it without risk. If you're waiting till you can do it without having to put yourself out there in any way, you'll be waiting a lifetime. And you may find yourself at some point in your life going, I regret that I didn't do what was in me to do. So you got to take a risk. You have to say yes to challenges. You know, maybe it doesn't feel risky, but it just feels like a lot of work. It just feels like a lot of work. Sometimes you have to say yes to a lot of work. It means sometimes saying yes to hard things. Gosh, I would love it if life were easy, and I always knew the path to follow, and it was always the one that just felt the most easy and natural to me, and I didn't have to really learn anything new or challenge myself in any way or be miserable while I did it. And maybe there's a way to not be, I'm sure there's a way to not be miserable while I do it, but I'm not there yet. If I have to do anything that involves filling out forms or getting online, I make myself miserable. I admit it. I make myself miserable. But we can do hard things. That's one of the things I've had to do a lot of since my husband died, is just fill out forms and make phone calls and go to banks and it's amazing how much stuff, and it's the kind of stuff I hate to do. And yet, I can do hard things. I can do hard things. So I give myself permission to do hard things, because only by doing hard things will I ever grow. I know that. I know that. And to say yes is to live in possibility. Anything could happen. That sounds great, doesn't it? Anything could happen. So possibility is kind of the opposite of certainty. Often we would rather be certain. This is the thing I can be certain of, and I'm going to go right there. Because possibility, there's no circumference to possibility. It could be anything. But saying yes to possibility is the only way that we can find out really what the edges are of ours to do. And we have to say yes to change. And here's the deal. We have to say yes to letting go of the illusion that things won't change if we just don't do anything. Because things change, there's no such thing as stasis. You're either growing or you're dying, and there is no in between. You cannot stay still. It's a fact of nature. So M.J. Ryan in The Giving Heart says, we are here on earth to grow our souls, to open wider, to reach higher, and to stretch further. Our goal is to soften where we would normally constrict, to loosen when we would habitually tighten, and to extend where we would usually hold back. Each and every one of us has so much to offer, and the world needs what we have to give. The world needs what you have to give, and you're not giving yourself permission to be on your mission, whatever that is taking something that the world needs. So think about that. We have to learn to say yes, not just to risk and challenge and hard things and possibility and change. We have to say yes to others. And that's scary, right? Saying yes to others. But in this sense, what I'm talking about is not negating people, not canceling people, not negating who they are because we know a few facts about them. And that is not about how we necessarily treat them, because they may be people that we'll never meet, but it's about our own heart. What are we doing if we're constantly negating people in our own heart because they don't agree with us? Thomas Merton, beautiful, beautiful writer, says, the more I am able to affirm others, to say yes to them in myself, by discovering them in myself and myself in them, the more real I am. I am fully real if my own heart says yes to everyone. That's a tall order. Yes to everyone? Really? Like everyone? And it doesn't mean say yes to what everyone is doing, right? Your mother told you that. If they jump off a bridge, are you going to jump off a bridge? No. But you can say no to the bridge jumping and say yes to the human who is divine, just like me, to search for that divine in another. In order to grow, in order to transform, in order to give our consent for transformation, we have to say yes at times to pain. We have to allow our physical and our because our physical and our psychological energy causes us suffering. If we don't say yes to it, there's pain there. We have physical pain, we have psychological pain. We can't avoid that. That's life. The Buddha said that. But he also said the suffering is optional. And the suffering comes in the resistance to the pain. And this is physically true. Have you ever been in such pain that you could not relax any part of your body and you felt like you were going to die? And then finally, maybe somebody guided you through letting go a little bit and you found, oh, the physical pain is actually less when you're not tensing up against it. We add to our own pain. Well, the same principle is true of our psychological and emotional pain. By resisting it, by tensing up against it, by trying to avoid it, we actually increase our suffering. And when we say yes to pain, which is part of my journey right now, is that I'm not going to get through grief without pain. I don't expect to. I'm not trying to. If I was trying to do this without pain, I would be putting myself into a position of a lot more suffering than I am actually doing. I'm just saying, yes, this hurts, and it's gonna hurt, and that's okay, and whatever you need to do while it hurts, do it. And the hurt is not the only truth of your life. There is more. There is more, and so I try to expand myself around that. We say yes to pain, we can allow it. It's like physical therapy for the soul, right? It's how we heal. Anybody ever had like an orthopedic surgery? I've had 9 orthopedic surgeries over the years. Do the therapy, right? If you're gonna have one, do the therapy. And the therapy is hard to do because it hurts. It's like, no, I'm feeling really good right now. If I start moving that thing, oh, that's not gonna feel so good. I don't wanna do that. But the only way to heal is to do the therapy. Well, that is the truth of our psychological and emotional pain. The only way to heal is to do the therapy. They say motion is lotion. Move through it. Don't set up a resistance to it, which just keeps it there, knocking at your door constantly. Know that you can move through it. Epictetus, I don't know how to say it. Epictetus said, I just love this quote, when things don't come the way we want them, let us want them the way they come. Ooh, when things don't come the way we want them, let us want them the way they come. What if you just said, okay, this is who showed up, let's have a party, rather than the people that I wanted didn't show up, so no party. The rest of you get out of here, right? Somebody else, some other peopling showed up in your life. Some other group of experiences showed up in your life than the ones that you thought you wanted. Have the party anyway, right? Celebrate what comes rather than being mad about what didn't come. I love that. And the beautiful thing is, we say yes. When we say yes, we also say yes to joy. Do you ever find yourself saying no to joy? I'm a grieving widow, I can't enjoy that. No, I don't do that, y'all. I don't do that. Any moment that the joy comes, I'm taking the joy. I'm taking the joy. I'm taking the pain and I'm taking the joy. Absolutely. But opening to joy requires courage too, because if you open to joy, you're also open to being disappointed. Oh, what if it's not the experience I think it's going to be? Open to the joy anyway, and see Epictetus. When things don't come the way we want them, let us want them the way they come. Because we also close to joy because if we feel this good, then when we stop feeling this good, it's going to hurt. Now think about the logic of that. And yet we do it like, I don't want to lose that, so I'll just never really take it on in the first place. Yes. Other reasons we say no to joy is because we feel like we don't deserve it, or we don't trust it, or we don't give ourselves permission. Today, I ask you to give yourself permission to receive and experience and enjoy all of the joy that is available for you in this life, in every moment. In every moment. And joy isn't the same as glee. It's certainly not schadenfreude. Joy is, you know what joy is. You know what joy is. Take it when it comes. Is it okay to say yes to happiness? Yeah, we talked a couple weeks ago about what happiness is. That peace of mind, that way of being able to be in the world with a sense of equilibrium. Is it okay to say yes to ambition? Oh, that's not very spiritual. Well, is it or is it not? We look at our motivation behind things. But what if you said yes to what your ambitions are? And just see where that takes you. Can you say yes to ease? That is hard for me to do. Sometimes I think it's supposed to be the hard way. And if it doesn't hurt that much, I'm not doing it right yet. I do that with myself with grief. It's like, well, today it's not hurting that bad. I must not be doing it right. Right? No. I can say yes to ease. Sometimes the road is easy for a moment or two. I just need to not attach to, oh, now I'm just going down the easy roads from now on, because that's not always the way it is. But take the ease when it shows up. Say yes to prosperity. Say yes to receiving things. How many of you fight with somebody who gave you a compliment? Right? Oh, this old thing. Or no, I actually gained 5 pounds. Or whatever it is that we say. Say thank you, because that's the only appropriate response to a gift, is thank you. Thank you. Receive kindness, receive compliments, receive gifts. And yes to grieving, because yes to grief, you don't have any choice but to say yes to grief. Grief is what happens to you, but grieving is what you do while you have grief. Are you willing to move through it? Are you willing to keep moving? Are you willing to allow the pain so that you can work through it? Are you willing? Because that is where resilience comes in. And we are all very resilient, us human beings. Resilience means not rolling into a ball. It also means not bouncing back to how you were before. There's probably no way back to where you were before. But it's about bouncing forward to what is next. That's resilience. And we all have it. It's saying yes to the newness of life and saying no to getting stuck in what can never be, because it's in the past. It's in the past. Terry Tempest Williams says, grief dares the heart to love again. Grief dares the heart to love again. I double dog dare you to love again. All right. In David Richko's book, The 5 Things We Cannot Change, he says, the opposite of yes is not no. The opposite of yes is control. Behind that controlling impulse is fear. Yes is acceptance. Control is refusal. Our life is a tottering seesaw between terror and control as long as we stutter at the word yes. Control is one of our favorite ways of running from life as it is. Control is so deeply ingrained an illusion that we even think we can let go of control by simply wanting to. We do not let go of control. We let go of the belief that we have control, because we never did. And he finishes that quote with this sentence, the rest is grace. Let go of the belief that you have control and allow the grace, because it is there. I promise you. So, are you ready? Are you willing to take up yes as a spiritual practice? Yes. Yeah. Yes. All right. Not control, and it's also not capitulation. It's not resignation. It's not like, okay, well, this is what's happening, so I say yes, I guess. It's like, yes to how I can heal, yes to how I can expand, yes to what this is going to do for me. Yeah. Opening your heart to possibility, opportunity, experience, growth, healing, ultimately transformation. And I'm going to leave you with one last quote from Ellen Grace O'Brien. Divine grace is continually raining down in our lives. We put out a little bucket, and when it doesn't catch the rain, we think something is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Get rid of the bucket. Go outside of limited thinking and stand in the downpour of divine grace and possibility. Say yes. Thank you. So, do you want to do a yes meditation? Yes. You're on your way. Hey. All right. Did you feel the joy when you said yes? Yes feels different in your body. So, as we breathe, just sort of center ourselves physically where we are at the moment. And become aware of our bodies and aware of ourselves which are not our bodies, but which at this moment are housed by our bodies. We bring it back here right to this moment. And first we say yes to being in a body. If we have been living in our minds and ignoring our bodies, we are not doing ourselves a favor. We are not expanding. And so yes, here is where I am right now, in this body, no other, not an idealized one, but the one I have, the one I'm meant to have. Yes. And say yes to the breath. Yes is a way of saying thank you. The breath comes, we don't have to go get it. But when we say yes to it, our hearts are opened. We expand into, oh yes, this is for my good. Constantly given. And yes leads to thank you. And as we sit in the silence, thoughts may come up. Well, thoughts will come up. It's what happens. It's what our brains do. There's nothing wrong with it. When a thought comes up, rather than trying to push it away or resist it, try saying this. Yes. Yes to that. This too. That too is the way the Buddhists say it. Because yes means including all of you, not excluding any of you. Yes means not after I change or somehow deserve it or earn it. Yes can mean it's mine now to the extent that I can say yes to it. And yes, too, to the quote bad stuff. Because there is no challenge without a gift. And so we say yes to the challenge because we are saying yes to the gift. Saying yes is a way of saying it's okay. The thought that comes that includes judgment or guilt or self-denigration, not being in our best selves, we don't say, yes, that's the way I want to be. We say, yes, that's part of me too, and it's okay. I don't have to banish it. I just bring it into the love that I am holding with my big yes. And allow it to be transformed, because ultimately I am saying yes to transformation. Not yes to trying to change myself into what deserves something better, but yes into who I am right now and knowing that my good comes to me that way. And what is not mine and what is not good will fall away. And what is mine and what is good will have its way in me when I say yes. Yes to whatever is mine to do today. More importantly, yes to who it's mine to be today. Because yes includes that I am divine love in expression, in complete and unique individuality, never to be repeated, the only one that expresses God in exactly this form, and therefore vital to the full expression of the one. The one is not complete without your individual expression of the one. So yes to your individuality, and yes to your oneness with everyone else. Yes to your oneness with God. Do you have to understand all that to say yes to it? No, you don't. Just say yes. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it can be me and be one also. But I'm willing to accept that that is a truth that my human mind can't get around, but that the all of me can. And I say yes. And then the rest is grace. So ultimately, we're saying yes to grace in every moment. Yes. This too. That too. Yes. Yes, I will receive all the grace that is mine. And give it out again, because that's the way it works. Yes. 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 And so it is. Amen.